Okay, guys, real quick switch comparison, only doing tactile switches. I just got the mod switches in from Originative. I only have the mod L and the mod M because for the sampler pack they were out of the mod H, unfortunately. However, I would like to try them out, but I'm pretty sure the actuation might be a little too, the stiffness might be a little too much for me because I typically stay away from anything greater than 65. So for the first one here, this is an untouched, unmodded Gateron Brown. This is a Gateron Brown with the Sprit gold-plated 65 gram spring. I believe it's total force. I guess some people, I think they call that like bottom out force or total force. I'm not really sure on that one. Sorry for my ignorance on that part. As for the pink one, that is the Mod L. Actuation is 45 grams. Bottom out is 62 grams. The blue one is the Mod M. Actuation is 55 grams. Bottom out is 67 grams. And then the first purple Zeal here is the 65 gram, and the one to the right is the 67 gram. So without putting any caps on it, you can definitely tell that's a brown. It's got the, I think browns are typically, the Gaterons are like 45 or 50 depending on what test you look at. This is definitely going to be a total of 65, which is quite nice. I like this one. This is looped up. It's what's on that board right back there. That's my Sprit 75. This one, feeling it without a cap, honestly, it feels a lot like the Gateron Brown untouched, so a stock Gateron Brown. This one feels like it's kind of in between the Zeal 65 here. It's a little less than the Zeal 65. Like, this definitely feels stiffer. This doesn't feel as stiff. But bump-wise, the bump is a lot smoother on the Zeal versus the Mod M. I can definitely feel the bump. It kind of feels like a little dropout as I bottom out and push all the way down. Versus this, which this is just straight up smooth. You barely even feel the bump at all. It's just pure smoothness. I mean, it's lubed too, so this switch is lubed. These are unlubed. I'm sure if I lubed this, it would be a lot smoother. But I definitely like the feeling of this. And then if I feel the Zeal, pure smoothness, feel the bump. I still feel like the bump is more on this one. Just more feeling, maybe just because it's not nearly as smooth as the Zeal. And then obviously the 67 is pretty stiff compared. I mean, there's not too much of a difference between these two, other than you can feel the slight stiffness in this. You can feel that it's more here than versus here. So I'm gonna put on the caps just to see maybe if it feels a little bit different to me. Sorry for not really editing this. I just kind of wanted to put this together really quick. So if the run time's a little too long, I apologize. But it's for science. Okay, so now with cap. These are Cherry PBT. This is the Cyan Russian from Shadowed, I believe is grouped by. So with the cap, yeah, definitely a Gateron Brown. I mean, you can hear that full bottom out, very clinky. Modded Sprit, my version that I've been using a lot, very smooth, not super clinky. All right, so this is the Mod L. Okay, this is the Mod M. Maybe even more loose here than this, just because this is 55 gram. This is the Zeal 65. Yeah, you can definitely, I mean, it definitely feels like there's 10 grams of actuation difference between this and this. So as I put the caps on, it feels a little more like this, but not as stiff. The bump, still there. You can definitely hear it. And then the Zeal, pure smoothness. You feel the bump, you don't really hear the bump, which is kind of nice. And then the 67, which is pretty smooth, really smooth, but still a little too stiff for me. So that's quick and dirty comparison. I'm sorry if anything I said science-wise sounds dumb, not super technical. I mean, the first time really doing one of these reviews, just trying to get it together and put it up for you guys just for initial thoughts of anybody that didn't get any of the samplers or definitely got the samplers, didn't get the Mod H. Kind of missed out on that. Sorry. If I get a hold of one, maybe I'll refilm this whole thing and do it again. So let's do it just one more time. And just the board back here for comparison. That's just the modded. So that's the sprit that I'm using. So there you go, guys.